Welcome back, Yard Fanatics, to Bermuda Grass Central. If you're tuning in right now, you probably saw the header for the Bermuda Grass Calendar, all right? And I'm just gonna give you a brief and quick rundown. Changing the world 1 yard at a time. Okay, Yard Fanatics. What we have here is a map. I mean, not a map, but basically the calendar throughout the year. And this is going to give you a general idea of when to fertilize your Bermuda lawn and also your zoysia lawn also. Remember, Bermuda and zoysia are similar, all right? So this particular program you can use on both. And this is not an extensive program. I haven't seen your yard. I don't know what the conditions are on your yard. I don't know if you're on good soil or bad soil. So before I even start this, I am going to recommend that you get a soil test to help you decide what you need, what type of fertilizer. And when I mean by type, high nitrogen, low nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium rate, all that stuff. That's once you get your pH level back from your soil test, it's basically going to give you that information that you need to know to fertilize your yard properly. Now, having said that, do you need a soil test? It's recommended, but the answer is no. You don't need a soil test. You can stick with the programs you see in the store. Lesco has one. When you go buy your Scott's fertilizer, they may have a little calendar in there showing you when to fertilize. What's the other brand? Vigor Grow. And you got General Nutrition, and you got some generic brand fertilizers also. But remember, with fertilizer, you get what you pay for. You get a 50-pound bag of fertilizer for $5, and that's the real price, then something's wrong with that, okay? So you get what you pay for. But I'm just going to start you off with January through January, February, March, and April. January through April are critical for us getting success with keeping your weeds under control. So your first application of the year should be a pre-emergent. As you know, I'm a lesco guy. I used the 007 Preem. Any pre-emergent, the dimension, all that stuff. I use that with lesco. Now, when I did my liquid applications, I only used prodiamine. But the granule application of lesco has a 7% potassium in it, and that's also good to help your roots, okay? So we're gonna start with January. If you put an application down in January, that's okay. I also recommended that you start in mid-February with your pre-emergent application. The reason for that is sometimes, and a lot of times, your crabgrass will start to germinate in mid-March. Although your Bermuda grass and your zoysia grass, and zoysia may actually start to turn green a little bit before Bermuda, but generally they don't start until mid-May. Now, having said that, if you stay in Florida, one of those coastal cities, your grass may actually be greening up in mid-February. So, but I recommend that you put down that pre-emergent mid-February, and normally, excuse me, you'll get about 2 to 3 months, even though the bag may say 4. But if you get a lot of rain, that's not going to be a 4-month protection. But I like to keep my protection estimate around 2 and 3 months, okay? So let's say if you put it down in February, you're actually getting a jump on that pre-emergent, excuse me, that crabgrass, and that's why I want you to put that pre-emergent down. Now, that's prodiamine. If you go with a dimension type fertilizer, it has post and pre-emergent in it also. So you can also put that down now, but if you're buying it at Home Depot, you can only get that 1907 dimension, and it's from Lesco. I think Scott's may have one, and Vigoro may have one. So you just have to go on what you like. But if you're getting a dimension type product, more than likely, if you get it at Home Depot, you're not gonna be able to get it with just straight dimension. Like I'm able to get a 007 dimension pre-emergent without the nitrogen, okay? But if you get that down February, you should be good. Now come March, you're not gonna be doing much with your yard. If you start to see some weeds break through from the fall and winter, the best thing you can do is actually spot treat those, and I would spot treat those with a surfactant. If you're not sure what that is, I have a video actually showing you how to make a weed kill with a surfactant. The video link should be at the end of this video. But you're really not doing anything, you know. Come April, it's pretty much the same thing. Now, depending on your weather, it's a chance you can bring your grass out of dormancy a tad bit earlier, which you would be going with a nitrogen-based fertilizer, probably mid-April, somewhere around there, and January, March, April. Okay, yeah, around mid-April, and that could kind of bring your yard out of dormancy. But listen, if the temperatures are not right for your Bermuda or zoysia lawn, it's not gonna happen. You gotta have a lot of stuff in your favor. You gotta have heat, you gotta have sunlight, and you need rain. And if you don't have heat, temperatures consistently over 80 degrees, it's gonna be hard to get it to come out of dormancy a tad bit earlier. Of course, you're gonna have to scalp your yard, but right mid-April, I would not do it. I would only scalp my yard, and you got decisions at the beginning of May, or when you actually start to see a little greenness in it. Now, my recommendation is that you go ahead and mulch it down, because not mulch it, scalp it down, bag that stuff up. That way, the sunlight will get to those roots a whole lot faster than 1, 2, 3 inch Bermuda grass sitting on top of it. Okay, but at this time, this is when I would probably recommend. Here comes May, your first application of fertilizer. When you put this fertilizer down, a lot of people would tell you to push it with a high nitrogen number, which is anything over 30, 31, 32, even 34. Me personally, I don't like to push my Bermuda that hard for its growth, because the nitrogen helps the grass grow and it helps it grow fast. So yeah, you're getting it up out the ground, but if you can get it scalped just right and aerated just right, that sunlight, along with a mid-range in the 20 fertilizer, should do the trick. So here we go, come May, that'll be probably your first application of fertilizer. Now let me tell you, here's a thing that you need to know. You're always trying to figure out why your neighbor yard is greener than yours. More than likely, they may be using a product called iron, which you can get in ironite, or you can actually apply liquid iron, or you could buy a fertilizer with iron in it. Look for fertilizer that has iron in it, 6% or low. Don't get something with 10% iron or nothing like that. You want to stay 6% or low, especially with Bermuda. Over applying iron, you can make your grass actually turn black or grayish color. Now, that iron actually works better on fescue, those cool type grasses, greens them up real good till they almost look bluish. But with your Bermuda lawn or your zoysia, you can add iron to it. I would find a formula that has iron. Like I'll be probably using, I got my little cheat sheet here, a 211 with 6% iron that I'm going to be getting from my particular company. But any product you can get that has iron in it, I'm telling you, that's the key. That's what those guys, they're not telling you that. They'll say, oh, I just put Scott's down. No, they're adding some type of iron. They got the professional. When a professional company comes out and put down a fertilizer, more than likely it's going to have iron in it. The ones you get at the store, a lot of times you don't see those with iron, so you have to keep looking around. Walmart actually got a brand that has iron in it. So I think it's I can't think of the name, but I think it has like 4% iron in it. Matter of fact, I bought a whole bunch of bags of them for the Lolo And I basically use those on some of my customers' yards, okay? But that'll be your first application starting out, and like I said, the end of April and May, all right? Come July, you might want to go ahead and hit it again. Issue if we're going through a drought. If we are going through a drought, you must have a water, some type of way of watering your yard, a sprinkler system if you got one. If you don't have a sprinkler system and you still want to put some fertilizer down, put it down right before you know a rainstorm is coming, okay? Don't over apply it because you will stress your yard out putting down a synthetic fertilizer and you're not getting any water on it. If you're not going synthetic, organic, you know, that's if you saw my yard last year, my videos from last year, that Milorganite did wonders for my yard. So I'm not going to knock a organic fertilizer at all. You could put that down and wait for it to rain. Of course, everybody knows about Milorganite, but you got some other ones out there. You just got to decide which one you want to buy, which one you can afford, okay? That'd be your second application. Your third application would actually be the beginning of fall. Not late in the fall, but right at the beginning of fall, if you can get that down. And if you want to go with a basic fertilizer, you can. A 10-10-10, that's okay. But it's not going to be as green as if we have another long summer, I'm going to recommend you probably put down something in the mid-20s to actually get you through until the end of fall. But this is something that you have to do right at the beginning of fall. You cannot wait to mid-fall. If you wait to mid-fall, then you need to go with a 10-10-10, okay? But we don't want to push growth when your grass should be going dormant. So it's one of those things where we got to almanac it. We got to look and see what the temperatures are going to be. That's a basic fertilization program because even after that, come October is when you should go again with your pre-emergent application, which could be another 007, or it could be a Stonewall, or it could be a dimension type fertilizer. I'm recommending that if you're going to do that 0.86, only do it twice. Unless you half rate it, but a lot of people don't do that right. Follow the directions that's on the bag and you will be fine. But I would do it twice a year if you're going with that 0.86. Now, if you're dropping to a 0.43 or 0.20 or 0.21, 0.29, and you're staying under the yearly max of that product, that one particular product, like you're going to go the whole year with prodiamine, you're good with 4 applications. If you're going to flip-flop, well, you're going to do prodiamine, then you're going to go dimension, then you're going to go Stonewall. Those are 3 different formulated products. 2 of them are basically the same, prodiamine and barricade. But the dimension is totally different, does not have any prodiamine in it. It has diethylfur and 2,4-D and some other ingredients to help manage those weeds. So basically, it's going to be up to you. How you want to fertilize your yard, but what I've just given you is a basic. It's not tailored for your particular yard. If you want one tailored, get a soil test. Stay with this channel, and I can basically show you how to do that. It's going to take some time. It's not something you just go throw stuff down and, oh, I got it going on. So you got the basic, preem, beginning of the season, January, February, March, April. Mid-April, May, fertilizer, July, fertilizer, the beginning of August, fertilizer, if we're having a long, hot one. If it's getting cold quick, then we're going to maybe not put that down. Just depends on if your grass goes dormant. So either play this video back, or you should have had a pen and pencil and write down everything BYD is telling you, okay? So just remember, you are tuned into Bermuda Grass Central with BYD. This is Michael Bowman, and I'll talk to you soon.